Hey, what's up there? I'm Cody the Coin Raptor, and I want to give you guys a quick update on the Mt. Gox Bitcoin reimbursement plan. Now, I did a video on this back in late August. I want to go ahead and give you guys an update. So, for those of you who don't know, Mt. Gox was a Bitcoin exchange, and this Bitcoin exchange was hacked, and a huge amount of Bitcoin was stolen from the platform. That Bitcoin has since been recovered and will be distributed amongst the remaining members and people who file for the reimbursement. And I want to go ahead and give you guys an update because I do have more information on that, okay? So the Mt. Gox creditors now have until January 10th of 2023, so in a couple of months here, right, to register for the repayment method, okay? So what's very interesting about this is that they will also have the option to either get a crypto or fiat. So it's not 100% that everyone's going to go ahead and get fiat or 100% that everyone's going to go ahead and get Bitcoin. We might wind up seeing a split in a distribution. So what this means is that basically they're not going to get any of the repayment until after this deadline of January 10th, right? So scrolling down here in this article, right, and it basically says here that after this deadline on January 10th, Mt. Gox claimants will finally get funds distributed after years of waiting and a turbulent rehabilitation process. All right, but there's no way to verify how many creditors will choose to get a full fiat repayment, but it is said by a few creditors that choosing BTC would be a better option. And I tend to agree with that, considering I have no idea even what the fiat payment option would be compared to what they've lost. All right. So the amount of Bitcoin that was affected would be about, last time I counted, 137,000 Bitcoin, right? And I talked about this back in August, and the likelihood will be that much of the Bitcoin will most likely be sold. However, it's not a guarantee. All right. Now, I actually found additional information on this. They're going to have a Bitstamp. Bitstamp, the exchange, is going to be one of the exchanges that will be distributing this money, right? This Bitcoin, this from the rehabilitation process. So Bitstamp will be one of these Bitcoin exchanges. And I want to go ahead and explain what this potentially means for the Bitcoin price. So I mapped it out here. I have the registration deadline after this point, let's say, again, the 10th of January or so. Now, what will most likely happen is some people will sell their Bitcoin after getting it through their repayment plan. However, we don't know when exactly they're going to get the Bitcoin. So I would imagine that after this registration date, sometime after, people are going to start receiving their Bitcoins and they're going to sell. So what this means is that we're probably going to wind up getting some selling pressure on Bitcoin after that deadline, and we get confirmation that the repayment plan has already commenced. And if that happens, I will definitely make a video about it. I'll definitely post something on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter for the most up-to-date information. But what we're likely to see is some selling pressure after that point. Now, I've said previously that I don't think it's going to be a huge amount of selling pressure. I previously mapped this out at about $2.7 billion of selling pressure, and that was back when Bitcoin was 20,000. Now let's say it's 19,000. It's obviously going to be less than that, okay? And most likely it will be distributed over several months, and it will not be all sold at once, because many people who get their Bitcoin back after that amount of time are probably going to wait until Bitcoin is at a higher level in order to sell it, rather than basically what seems like a year low or 2-year low at this point. But that's only me speculating. I'm only kind of guessing at this point, trying to give you my best guess on what's going to happen. But I do expect to see some selling pressure starting next year on Bitcoin, and that's going to be a lot of these Mt. Gox Bitcoin recipients selling in order to get some of their money back. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like this content, please let me know. Like, subscribe, also leave a comment, follow me on Twitter. I would appreciate that. That's all I've got for you today. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, signing out.